Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck tech. Today we got a sweet modern deck, one of my favorite modern archetypes, but a unique take on it. We're looking at an Emeria Foundry deck for modern. This one recently took Crazy Law Loco, something like that, to a 5-0 finish in a Modern League on Magic Online. So congrats to Crazy Law Loco for their finish with the deck. Quick reminder, before we break down Emeria Foundry, if you like this deck and want to see it made into videos, take a second, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So, if you've been following me for a while, you know I love Emeria Sun Titan decks, and Emeria Foundry is a version of that deck. So, you got the typical Emeria package, Emeria the Sky Ruins, a land that can reanimate a creature for free on your upkeep every single turn if you have at least 7 planes. So you want to stall out, live to the late game, and Emeria can take over the game all on its own. Sun Titan is one of the best creatures to reanimate, plus it is super powerful because the entire deck is full of creatures with a converted mana cost of 3 or less, and also some other permanents with converted mana cost 3 or less, but it lets you get back things that have died. You can even sack your own creatures to get them back with Sun Titan, and almost all the creatures have an Enter the Battlefield ability, so you get to get them back and reuse their Enter the Battlefield ability, which makes it super powerful. One of the tricks of the deck is Flicker Wisp. With Sun Titan, you can get a Flicker Wisp back from your graveyard. Flicker Wisp can exile the Sun Titan, it puts it back into play at the end of turn. You get back the Sun Titan, get back something else from your graveyard, so you can kind of go through this loop of value with Sun Titan and Flicker Wisp. Phantasmal Image almost does the same thing. This is an old standard trick. Sun Titan gets back Phantasmal Image, copying Sun Titan, getting back something else, perhaps Flicker Wisp to flicker the non-Phantasmal Image Sun Titan to get back something else at the end of turn, so you can just loop a ton of value out of these Enter the Battlefield triggers. The rest of the creatures, Lone Missionary, gain some life when it enters the battlefield, you flicker it, gain more life, get it back with Sun Titan, gain more life. Wall of Omen, same thing, except it draws you a card. Pilgrim's Eye helps you get up to those 7 planes necessary to turn on your Emeria. When it enters the battlefield, you get a land, flicker it, get another land, so forth. And then Mortipod is really key because it allows you to sacrifice your creatures. You get to deal damage, but the key part is it's a colorless equipment that lets you sack a creature. So you put this on your Flicker Wisp, you can sack your Flicker Wisp so you can get it back with your Sun Titan to flicker your Sun Titan to get back something else, and so forth. So it's just to keep that chain going. Then there's a couple of creatures that don't have Enter the Battlefield abilities. Aven Mind Sensor, really good against fetch lands, a good way to kind of somewhat lock your opponent out of the game. And Bygone Bishop is an odd choice because it doesn't trigger when you reanimate something or get it back with Sun Titan. You get a clue whenever you cast a creature with converted mana cost 3 or less, and the deck has a lot of those, but I don't know, that one feels weird to me. I'm not sure if that's where you want to be. Then the thing that sets this deck apart is it's playing a second combo. The Thopter Foundry Sword of the Meek combo allows you to gain a ton of life, a life for each mana you have, plus it allows you to make a 1/1 flyer for each mana you have all at the same time. It's a good way to take over a game, keeps you alive against aggro decks, and grinds out a ton of value, another super grindy combo. And then Fabricate can search up either half of the combo, I guess is the idea. Plus remember, Thopter Foundry converted mana cost is less than 3, so you can get it back with Sun Titan. The rest of the deck is pretty much control stuff. Path to Exile, Detention Sphere for removal, Supreme Verdict, and Day of Judgment for wraths. Mana base, Flooded Strands, 2 Hallowed Fountain, an island, and 11 planes. So you have a total of 13 planes to turn on your Emeria, plus the 4 Flooded Strands, which get planes. And then a single tech edge. Personally, I'd rather this be Ghost Quarter, because you can't really tech edge lock someone, because you need the opponent to have 4 more lands. With Ghost Quarter and Sun Titan, you can lock someone out of the game, because they run out of basics, you keep getting back your Ghost Quarter. Eventually it becomes Strip Mine, and your opponent has no lands left. In the sideboard, Stony Silence, awesome against Affinity, helps against Tron. Ghostly Prison, good against any aggro decks. Ojutai's Command is pretty sweet. It can reanimate a creature with converted mana cost 2 or less, which is nice, plus it can counter a creature. Then some more low converted mana cost creatures to get back. Relic Warder deals with an artifact or enchantment. Meddling Mage locks something out of the game completely. And Ronom Unicorn hits an enchantment, and you sacrifice it so you can get it back with Sun Titan or Emeria every single turn, keep hitting enchantments. And then Tormod's Crypt, Surgical Extraction, help against graveyard decks, and 2 gut shots, I'm assuming for Infect to hit like Inkmoth Nexus. Anyway, that is the new take on Blue-White Emeria. Thopter Foundry looks super spicy. I'm interested in checking it out because I love this archetype, and I want to see if the Thopter Foundry Sword of the Meek is actually good in it and something that could push it over the top. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our Thopter Foundry Instant Deck Tech, and I will talk to you soon.